Hey, what's up everyone? I'm going to be doing a two-part lesson. It's going to be Lost in Japan by Shawn Mendes and also how to mute. If you don't know what muting is, I'm going to show you I'm going to play the song, and then if you like it, I'll show you how to play the song and how to mute also. So here it is. Okay, so that's pretty much how to play the song. It's the same four chords throughout the whole song. What I did at the end there was just messing around with muting. But these are the chords. The first chord is the first two strings of the first fret. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like an A, but instead of playing here, you're playing over here. So it's the first two strings of the first fret. Really pretty chord. And then after that, it is a bar chord on the second fret. Bar the whole second fret. And then the next chord I believe is an F sharp minor. I'm not too sure. So you're gonna fret your, like what you would with an A chord, and then you're gonna put your ring finger on the second string of the third, or the second string of the second fret. So it's gonna be third string first fret, fourth string second fret, second string second fret. And then the last chord is, I think it's called a D7. Again, I'm not too sure, but you're going to bar the second fret and then put your ring finger on the fourth fret first string. And you can also add in a few variations. When you play this, you can also take your finger off. And then what I did at the end is, so on the fifth fret, also keep barring your second fret. Then fifth fret, first string, fourth string, then open. Okay? Same chords throughout the whole song. Now, the strumming pattern is not that important. Newer people, I always try to say, try to make up your own strum patterns that feel good to you, because it's really hard to like explain the strum pattern that I'm using in every song. I'm just kind of doing what feels natural. I don't really know, but if you're a beginner and you don't know how to chuck, this won't be a chucking lesson because I already have a chucking lesson video on my page. But if you're new and you don't want to chuck, you can just use down, down, up, down, up through the whole song. So. Okay, if you want to do that, perfectly fine, no problem. But now I'm going to show you how to mute, and the strum pattern I'm using for this muting song is down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. It sounds like a lot, but once you get that slowly, it sounds really cool once you're playing. So that's the strum pattern you're going to use through the whole song. And once you add the mute to that, it sounds really cool. So when you are muting, pretty much what muting is you're lifting your fingers off the strings or putting your fingers over the strings lightly so that they don't ring out. So if you've ever accidentally put your hand over the strings and they don't play, that's actually a cool technique called muting. So even if you did it on accident, it might have sounded pretty cool. But so it's easiest to do on a bar chord because you're just pulsing your fingers up. So, but you're gonna keep strumming. So. So whenever you want the sound to happen, that's when you're either lifting up your fingers, or what you're gonna have to do with a couple of these chords is you're gonna have to place your other fingers over the strings. So we're gonna fret the first chord. So that's what it sounds like regular, but you're going to add these fingers over the chords lightly so that they don't ring out to cause breaks in the chord. So I don't exactly know where I'm putting them, but keep screwing around with it until you find the right place that you want to put them. So I'm going to try to slow it down and see exactly where I'm putting my fingers. So down, up, chuck, up. So it's really hard once you slow it down to exactly know when you're doing it, but you know, when you do it fast, it does sound really good. And then what you can also do, this is really cool. I think I first started muting when I would play just a couple strums of a chord and then just mute the whole rest of the chord. So right? So you're pretty much playing nonsense other than the first two or one strum of a chord and then muting the rest and still strumming out your down, up, hit, up, down, hit, up, down, up. So put those breaks wherever you want it to, and I promise, I just did those chords right there without really knowing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, you know, put them wherever you want, but you're pretty much just either lifting your fingers off or laying your fingers gently over the other strings so that they don't ring out. The hardest one to do in the song is going to be your F sharp minor, if that's what that's called, because you're going to have to use your pinky to lay over the strings, which is kind of awkward to do. But an easier way to do that is you're going to play the chord. You're going to lift up on these three strings that you're holding with your three fingers and only put your pinky over like the bottom. And then that way you don't have to cover all the strings. So you're pulsating these fingers while laying this one over. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but once you know that you could lift these fingers up slightly on the chord, it makes it much easier once you actually have the uke in your hand and you're doing it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just over and over again. Whatever strum pattern you want to use, make sure when you are doing the muting, you just have that strum pattern going constantly. Once you have that strum pattern down, where you can just keep doing it over and over again, it makes it much easier to add in the mutes, because you don't have to do anything with this hand, because it's still doing the exact same thing through the whole song. It doesn't change. It's always doing the same thing. So that makes it easier to add in your mutes. So once this hand is doing the same thing over and over again, keep screwing around with this hand and make it do whatever you want it to do. Lift, lift, lift. Do it your way. So that's how to mute. That's how to play the song. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching.